Hey guys, welcome to another edition of What Did You Think? This is where I am getting a chance to share my appreciation and my thanks to all of you who replied to this comment that I had posted on Facebook, this post that I had posted on Facebook. I said many of you had shared some very brief stories. Some of you had shared long stories. Some of you shared your appreciation, your inspiration. Some of you even shared some bad stories. And because you took the time and because you remember way back when, because it's been a long time since I've started dancing, some of you even remember those days, I wanted to take the time to address you guys personally as I could. And with some of you, we also have some personal stories and history that I wanted to share and thank you for as well. So let us get back to where we were. Valenzuela. Our first dance was years ago, and it was great since we enjoyed the company and had fun with it and just went with the flow. Thank you, Ro. That is always my goal. Alvarado. The best musical interpretation in the business. I was definitely hesitant to ask you to dance, but I'm super glad I did. One of my most memorable dances, Rochester 2003 or 2004. And see, this is why I want to address it. I mean, I don't remember everyone in detail, of course. I don't quite remember exactly who you are, Alexander, but the fact that you remember back in 2003 that that was one of your most memorable dances. We're in 2020 now. So that is really an honor for me. I'm so glad I'm able to impact your lives in this creative, connected, and passionate way. So thank you for that. Nalton Brangman, the heavens open and the most beautiful. I had her hand in mine. Toronto, Canada, date not listed. I don't even know when it was, Nalton, to be honest, but thank you for that lovely comment. Fernando Montes, when I saw the first time, I wanted so bad to dance with you, so bad, but I did not. That was in 98. I don't even know that I was dancing back then, to be honest. You were nicer back then. A couple years ago, I asked you to dance. You were not in the mood for dancing. It did not feel good. Dear Fernando, I do apologize that I danced with you when I wasn't in the mood. I always say that if you don't feel like it, it's almost better to just say no. It took me many years to learn how to say no kindly and politely and respect not just my own desires in the moment, but also the people who are asking so that I can make sure you don't have a bad experience. Apologize that you met me before that time. 98, if you don't even know that I was dancing at that time, I want to say it was like 99 that I'd started. So I don't even know if we're talking about the same person in 98. Moving on. Jaxx Perez would have loved to dance with you, but honestly, just watching you was amazing. Thank you, Jax. Stephen Isaacs. Far from the first time I saw you dance, but seeing you take a flying leap during a dance to bounce off of Super Mario's stomach mid-air made me think she's cool. For those of you who don't know Super Mario, look him up. He is a legend in this community and one of the pioneers, in my opinion, and one of the best leads. He's a big guy. He's 6-something, and he's a jolly old fellow. And I love basically taking a running leap and then just belly bumping off of him. And we do that every time. Sometimes he moves out of the way and I've almost fallen flat on my face. But yeah, I suppose that says something about someone, right? That you don't really care and all you want to do is have fun. Ananya Kabir. Hi, Magna. I believe I first saw you either in Berlin or Amsterdam, Maori's festival about 10 years ago. I was mesmerized by your playful and funky style, the way you looked at your partner with a challenge in your eyes and invited him or her to truly share the dance with you as you co-produced a moment of joy. I love the low, lungy innovations and footwork twists that made me realize it was possible to style the dance to suit one's particular feminine personality. I also realized your technical perfection, which you never sacrificed while bending all expectations of what an ideal follower should be like. I realized you were of Indian heritage, and this piqued my curiosity too. Above all, your dance style made me want to know you as a person, befriend you, and hang out with you. I guess we made that happen. We sure did. Ananya is professor at Leeds University in the UK. Probably would never have met you, Ananya, under any other circumstances, but you were doing a study and you invited me to participate in it. Since then, yeah, we've had some fantastic moments, and it has been just as much of a treat for me to get to know you over these years, to travel to places like Benin and Togo and sit out on the beach and drink coconut and talk about life. And then on another occasion, be sitting in your university and speaking to your students and having this opportunity to share what I have learned through my body in a much more academic way to an academic audience as well. So, Ananya, you're a godsend in so many ways, and you're such a beautiful soul, and you have been a facilitator for so many people, encouraging so many people to learn, to develop, to appreciate things, and you try everything, no matter what it is. And I love that about you. You're such a courageous and bold spirit, and it's an honor to know you over all of these years. And I'm so glad that you wanted to become my friend, because I am so happy for your friendship. Moving on, Nuno Felipe, that I was so lucky to be dancing with you. Nuno, I remember our dances, and I remember seeing you stand there, and you were very introverted. But after we had our first dance, I remember looking for you to dance with you, because they were always smooth and always a lot of fun. Moving on, Andrea Arion. I was thinking she has a cool, unique style and wondered how you could spin so well on carpet. Now I get the carpet thing more. Andrea is a lovely, funny friend of mine for many years, also back in Toronto, Montreal days. Beautiful dancer. Thank you, Andrea. Shiva Sieuraj. I can't dance and still can't. LOL. I remember the first time I saw you dance at Bubbaloo's in Yorkville in Toronto, I was speechless. I could sit back and watch you dance for hours. Till this day, anyone brings up salsa dancing, I tell them about you. I'm pulling you up on my phone to show them your moves, totally bragging that I knew you since I was 15. My oldest dear friend. Keep it up. So proud of you. Thank you, Shiva. It has been a long time. Shiva's one of those people that I'm friends with who doesn't dance and can still appreciate it. And it's nice when you have friends before you got into a passion, something that you're passionate about, or a new career or a new lifestyle, and they've known you before then and still know you through it and still appreciate who you are. It's lovely. And Shiva, you are one of my oldest friends as well, and I'm very glad to know you. And Tumay Brown. I was at Club Cache on a Thursday night in December 2006. I had no clue who you were. I had just came to the USA, still only dancing on one, intimidated by everyone in New York City. You were in all black, kind of see-through, maybe fishnet top and pants. You were having so much fun, dancing with such elegance and technique, but still looked humble and sweet. I talked to you briefly that night, asked for private lessons. I don't think our friendship began until later, maybe in 2008, after Darlin introduced us. I'm trying to remember our first dance. It was either Boston or DC. I asked you to dance, and we kept switching, leading each other back and forth. I feel like an obsessed stalker thinking about how much details I remember now. This is the reason I wanted to do this What Did You Think edition live, because I don't think a comment replying to you saying you're not a stalker, thank you for remembering all of this, would justify what I feel when I read this. It's such an honor, honestly, like for a lot of us as artists, we are in such a position of privilege. Actually, no, forget that. Remove the artist part. As people, we are in such a position of privilege to be able to have an impact on other people. I know I'm not always the best at it. I know I've made mistakes in my first impression. Moments like this and comments like this make me feel so happy that I got it right sometimes, that I was able to leave such a good impression that you observed in 2008 when we finally got a chance to dance and become friends. That's over a decade ago, that you still remember that means a lot to me. So thank you for sharing that story with me. You are not a stalker, not at all. All right, guys, that is another edition of What Did You Think? There were a lot of comments, so there is still more that I have to get to. If I haven't gotten to yours yet, I will eventually. If you have a story to share, if you remember when we first met or when we first danced or when you first saw me or your first impression, I'd love to know, good or bad. I'm curious of how we have all started out in our journey and who are the people that we met and who we remember and how our relationships have evolved since then. So I will do my best to get back to your comments in this video format and try to share some stories if I remember anything that's personal. Catch you in the next episode.